Hello and welcome, everybody. Looks like Karen and Willow are here. It's so funny I call you that. It's not even your real name. That's what I call you. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday, the 26th of July. How are you guys? How are you doing today? Are we past? I'm going to open this window. You're right. I should open that window. Kitty's like, why isn't this window open? How we doing? It's been a few days since the full moon. That was super duper intense. Holy moly. That was just a couple of days past when we got together last time on the 21st to do our I'm gonna have to turn that light down. It's really bright. I'm good. I'm great. Let me turn down my light a little bit because that's kind of bright. Actually, I'm gonna go like that and like that because it's making me really bright. I think that's better. Okay, yeah. So yeah, a little update here about what these last few days have been like. Super, super intense with this full moon on Friday the 23rd, but feeling those energies for like 2-3 days before that, and then these last couple days as well. So it's been several days of really intense full moon energies, and I have needed a shit ton of sleep over the last couple of days, especially yesterday and the day before. Just a lot of a lot of needing to be down, like wanting to do things and my body just going, nope. Plus also being aware that the work that we did on the 21st really required more than that. For me personally, and if you guys experienced this, the people who did that, who attended that live event to work with Gaia and the whole High Council, Archangels, Dragons, Galactics, Fae, Myr. I think I got everybody. Oh, we worked with Merlin as well. He's like, yo, over here. Yeah, you're right. I should work with you. And the messages that we got was obviously we weren't to expect instant rain like to fall that night or the next day, that this was going to take some time. Hello, Roberto. That this was going to take some time to work in through the astral, through the energy, because whatever we did in that live, it's like a wave that takes time to come into this dimension. And so, but it, not long. So we met on the 21st, and as of last night, we had rain falling on the West Coast, and even the day before we had rain falling. But here where I live, we had a storm last night. We had lightning and thunder. And if you follow me on Instagram and go to my, yes, it worked. Of course it worked. It always works. We had rain falling and lightning and thunder. You can see that on my Instagram stories. So what I hear is that it's like things are starting, and we are to definitely to continue. Well, you can't go wrong if you're connected and working with Gaia and the dragons and the archangels. It's pretty much a no-brainer there. As long as your intent is pure, your heart is open, your intent to unify your energy and for people to work in that way. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like, it's no joke. It's no joke what we got going on. And it's always, though, really, whenever these things happen, it's always super exciting, spiritual, motivating, definitely. And I just keep hearing there must be patience in the process for us individually and us as a group as we work together, all that good stuff. So yeah, there's been a lot of downtime, a lot of needing to rest, going to sleep, working on that level, because when we go to sleep, we leave our bodies, we're tethered to it like an umbilical cord energetically. Once we die, then that disconnects and our soul can permanently leave the body. But when we sleep, when we go into astral meditation the way we did the other day, when we really tap into it's like being in the elevator and just hitting a different floor and going elsewhere, travel. We can do that consciously through meditation. We can do that literally unconsciously when we go to sleep, because we're coming out of our body, like floating hopefully up into the higher dimensions. That is ideal. People that have a lot of nightmares, night terrors, and the like are not rising as once they sleep, they're descending instead of ascending. So into the lower, the lower energetic frequencies and vibes and stuff. So this is when like the darker shit will go down in sleep time. So if that happens to you, please know that there is definitely something you can do about that. You have to clear your energy, heal your energy body with your energy flow, and also definitely ground with Gaia. I mean, there's a lot of clearing and healing and tapping in with your guides and just being conscious of what's going on in your sleep. So anyway, without getting too far off on that subject, what we do in our astral when we're sleeping is continued deeper type work that we do when we're conscious and awake. So, and I knew that was happening, and I was conscious about continuing to work in this way. And it was always on my mind day after day. That live was really awesome, really intense energetically. From that, after we finished that live, I ate and then I slept for like 4.5 hours. And that's kind of how it's been since then. Just a lot of astral time. And what that means is that in that space we're going into, if that did happen to you, or you felt like when you did sleep that you were real, or you woke up and you just had maybe felt a little different than usual. It's hard to describe, and it's not that you don't feel rested, but you definitely feel like you were busy when you were sleeping. You may have recollections or remembrances of what you did. You may, in your wake state, be reminded by your guides in some way, and then you may remember some things. Nevertheless, we go into those spaces to just continue to work on what we've already done and what we're doing consciously. And also before it happens consciously, we're working that way. So it can happen both ways. I'm sorry, I'm just mind blown. Wasn't expecting anything but a learning experience, mind opening. It is just a whole new level of energy I'm feeling. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, trust me. It never ceases to amaze me too. It's not like, oh yeah, it doesn't, like it's no big deal. It's definitely a big deal when we come together and we work like this, and we work with Gaia and the whole High Council and super intensely and intensely and with intent to really connect on such a high level and to be super conscious in really working, like it's alchemy, working with Mother Nature, with the elements like air and water and spirit and the energy of Gaia, and those who have worked with her forever and ever, with those of us who have worked with her forever and ever. It's not, if you really break it down, it's like more of the same. We just don't quite remember all of that business. But whatever we do and however we're guided in this way, I mean, imagine what the power of that, focused energy and intent and working with Gaia would be for in different ways and with more people. But remember that also in that space that we were supposed to really connect, like see the people lined up from coast to coast, from edge of the coast, one side of the beginning to the end, if I could speak. That's a lot of people. And whether they're conscious of it or not, in there, again, going back to the astral and what people are working on, whether they know it or not, those people who are meant to work with Gaia, who are light workers, who have missions to help heal themselves, each other, and Gaia, will be called to astral to do that work as well, connect with the dragons, connect with Gaia, and just everybody has a very personal experience with that, which is also very cool. But yeah, so very exciting. This like since yesterday I was guided, because I haven't, it's not like I've been watching the weather every day and obsessing over it. I really haven't, but it was yesterday. It just hit me. It was like, oh, I think I had just woken up from sleeping again. And it was like, yeah, I was guided to check the weather. And lo and behold, to see that there was rain coming later on in the evening, I was like, what? Oh my God. Like and then I was like, well, where else is it and what's going on with that? And so I started looking, West Coast, rain, storms, and there's definitely in a couple of the reports, it was like unusually early in the season for this monsoon weather, more intense rain than usual as well. Like all these like little like things in there that like spelled not expected, not typical, not what we get usually, like all of those things that I am used to seeing when we do our work. And it's just really funny to see it in print. Like, yeah, like this came out of nowhere. It's strong, it's intense, it's it's whatever. I personally, ever since like it came to me that we were gonna get rain, I looked to see what it was. It was like, I'm still not satisfied. We need more than this. We need to keep this going. And of course I was led to go back to sleep again. I slept a lot yesterday. And it's just, and then again today when I woke up. So anyway, it's just been really, really awesome with the energies coming through about this and what we're to do as we move forward. What? I thought my black mouse I told you about showed up at your place. That's hilarious. No, just she's bouncing all over the place. And she's just one of my black cats. Yeah. Oh, and I do have a not so great thing happen. My cat Princess, that is always inside, always in my bedroom, all of a sudden was gone yesterday. I do sometimes leave my window open so Pretty Boy can come in and out. He goes in my bedroom as well from there. And she was just gone. There has been a couple times that I've seen her kind of like right by the window, and I, because she's like super skittish. She likes to be outside, but she's also scared of the outside. And the other cats kind of, because of her fear, they just target her. And because they target her, they beat up on her. And so for the last like 2+ years, 2.5 years, she's been like 100% an indoor cat, my only one. And then of all nights to get out, and she must have gotten spooked because, maybe Pretty Boy came up and scared her and she ran off. Then the raccoons are there, which she's not a fan of. And then we had the storm hit. So major thunder and lightning, and I haven't seen her since. And I walked around calling her name. So if you guys can please just think of Prinny, that's what I call her, Prinny, and that she's gonna, find her way back, that it'll be an easy journey from wherever she ran to and stayed during the storm, and that, she's not gonna have a hard time with the other cats getting back home. Because I'm not having the greatest day because I'm unsettled in my energy because my cat is missing. She's my baby. So I'm going to try not to get upset about it. I saw my neighbor. He goes, "Oh, cats come back." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I have a whole gang of other cats and they're all territorial and they're not used to seeing her. Like a lot of them don't ever see her at all. So it's just kind of shitty." Oh, cool. Thank you. Well, we will get started with you then, my dear. But yeah, so anyway, so aside from that, last night, or actually I was planning on doing this live on Saturday. And in the afternoon, I told you, Willow, I was like, I'm planning on going live, but I feel like I need to sleep more. And I thought maybe I would sleep for like an hour or two. I slept for like 4.5 hours. By the time I woke up, I'm like, oh, well. And then I was like super nap drunk. And I was like, I am not going live. And then I thought, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, Sunday, yesterday. And then yesterday, same thing. I needed so much sleep, like I was telling you about. And so, and here is Little Bear. So yeah, so just interesting. I really planned because it was like, oh, I didn't go live on the full moon. I was guided to go and do my own full moon thing, which if you guys saw that on my Instagram, my new neighbor Brian and I took a drive up to the highway and then a little teeny hike to this boulder and hung out there and watched the moon. And that was really cool. It was really cool. A little scary because it was really high on a big rock and it was very dark, but it was a big enough rock to like, once you get up there to, find your spot. Like he just like hops up and walks around on this rock because he's a rock climber and he's got so much confidence in that situation where I am the exact polar opposite. He asked me if I was afraid of heights. I said, no, I'm afraid of falling. And there is a difference. It took me probably 25, 30 years to recognize that there is a difference between having a fear of heights and a fear of falling. And it's really interesting how that works. But so as long as I feel secure, I'm mostly okay. But if I don't feel secure, like I can fall, then I'm very much not okay. I could be on a 5-foot ladder or many floors up in a building and have very different feelings. It's odd. And I always was like, what is the deal? Like I can be up high and be fine. I could be barely up high and be not fine. Like what? I can climb a tree. I can climb high up in a tree. So clearly I'm not afraid of heights, and it's because I feel secure in that tree. I feel like I'm climbing up it. I feel fine. I feel like I'm going to fall. I can sit in it and all that stuff. And there's certain situations where I feel very insecure and I don't like it. So at one point I realized, oh, this is a fear of falling, not a fear of heights. There is a difference. Oh, you did too? Okay, cool. Sweet. She will come back in 3 days. Okay, well, that's a long time. Let's hope she comes back in less than 3 days. But I'll take it. Yeah, and anyway. Yeah, they all have the plants. They all have rubbing up on the plants and literally like loving the plants. It's so awesome. So anyway, I was going to do this live a couple days ago. That didn't happen for those various reasons. And then, so today it was like, oh, I definitely have more energy today. I don't feel like I need to take a nap. I sleep so much. We did get rain. So it feels like it's like this, like the firework popped, it's something like there's this releasement of energy that was building up. And if you could hear this thunder and lightning last night, you guys, holy moly, it was unbelievable. Like I saw the lightning because I was laying in bed because it kind of started a little late. I wasn't sleeping. I was just like laying there. But anyway, I saw the lightning, and then you know how the thunder follows it. Few seconds or however far away you are from the lightning, right? And so it was like 5 seconds, and then it was like boom, 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 boom. And it went on and on and on. And I was like, what in the heck? Like, it's like, I shit you not. For a solid probably 45 to 60 seconds of nonstop thunder, shit, like rattling the house. Like I was just like, at one point I was like 20 seconds in, I'm like, damn, I should have recorded that. And then 30 seconds in, I'm like, still 40, and it kept going and going and going. And I was like, holy shit. It was unbelievable. It was like, I've never heard anything, because normally it's like boom, 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 and it's over. Just in like on and on and on and on and on. Just keep going and going and going and going. And I've lived up in these mountains for going on 5 years now. I can't even believe it, but I have. And I've heard a lot of storms up here, you guys. A lot of storms, and I've never heard that before. And I just and I kind of tuned in. I was like, what's going on? And I just had this overall, like, just real sense of, I guess, unity and love would be the best feelings to express that. And I just had my windows open, listening to the rain and the thunder, and I slept so freaking good last night. Oh, and I made Pretty Boy stay inside because he'll usually cry at my window at like 6 o'clock in the morning to come in. Wakes me up. So this has been going on for a week now, week or two. 5:30 in the morning, he's at my window because he likes to be out at night, crying at me, waking me up, pissing me off. Last 2 days, I'm screaming at him, shut up. No, I'm sleeping. And then I won't even let him in because that means I got to get up and go open my window for this cat who in 2 more minutes is going to want back out. And I was just sleeping. So I get so mad. So I'm like cussing out my cat. So last night it was raining. He came in and I was like, you're staying in. So I made him stay in, and I slept until after 8 a.m. It was awesome. So anyway, and then almost like soon after, I was working on my post for today, the Shankana. So if you guys haven't seen that was really awesome. And then knew immediately we're gonna do this today. So I'm so glad to have you guys here to do these readings. I love thunder. I love thunder too. All the hot and cold slamming. Yep. All the cold going. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I love thunder. I've always loved thunder. Thunder and lightning is just so awesome. So hopefully we're going to get more of that. Just keep on tapping in with Gaia, going to those places. I'm sure sometime soon we're going to be guided to get together again. I feel that coming. So, but it's still more of the same. Just continue to cultivate that privately. All right, you guys, without further ado, let us get going. We are, and as I said, I was guided to do this back on, Saturday. This is when it first came through. And that was this card here, Reflections, is the card that we got for the full moon. And I'm sorry, I did not do my pedicure like I was going to. I've been gardening and cleaning a bunch of stuff. So sorry for my dirty nails. Anyway, reflections, what you contemplate can actualize. As we experienced with, working with God, it's basically what you put your energy into can come into reality, and we know that to be true. But this card is talking about reflecting on things in our life that we need to give attention to. So what do we need to reflect upon? And it could be stuff from the past, stuff going on in the present. It could be focused on something in the future, but we need to spend time in contemplative thinking, reflective mode, and not doing mode. So if you've been feeling that kind of energy building to something, and there's a lot of mental, emotional, a lot of thinking time happening and not a lot of doing time, you're pretty much right in there with this energy. As I've stated with what's been going on with me, I'm definitely in that too. I've been reflecting and thinking a lot about different things. There's been things coming into my reality that is also kind of done this mirrored reflective kind of, because that's also it. What is mirrored, what is mirroring, what is thinking about the energies of eclipses. One eclipse bounces the energy into and from the other eclipse. We'll have these 6-month eclipse cycles, and not that we're dealing with an eclipse, we had a couple last month, but it's about those energies that are kind of constantly going back and forth. You think of a slow a slow transfer of energy. And remember, what happens in the physical is always slower than what's going on in our energetic bodies, just physically, but just as a whole in creation. What's happening, traveling energetically, is faster than what happens to the physical and in our physical bodies. So, and in our physical reality. So that's kind of where a lot of times we tend to have imbalance or be out of sync, is when we as the human tend to want to be elsewhere in our reality or in our timeline, because we're impatient with the process, because we feel a certain type of energy, but it's not in our reality. And there seems to be something off. And truly what that indicates is there's something out of balance that's making you want to push out instead of be in that neutral space. And if you think about anything that's swinging, if anything is naturally swinging, and then you kind of push on it, it'll disrupt the swing. So when we push too hard or we resist too much, then we're out of balance. So if we find ourselves being uncomfortable with our current spot, energetically, physically, emotionally, spiritually, then that just gives us a clue where something's out of balance. We're in resistance, or we're pushing something like this, and it's to remind us. And sometimes reflecting on things will help us to understand what exactly. Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we definitely know. What is it that has me off? We know for a fact. Sometimes we don't, and we're just like generally out of balance or off, and we need to, kind of spend some time going in. You'll just feel that like out of sorts, kind of irritable, frustrated, short fuse, those types of feelings and sometimes exactly what it is. Blankety blank 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 has me, off, pissed off, angry, frustrated, whatever. Sometimes you're just like, I don't even know what this is about. As a female, we could be like, oh, is it my hormones? Is it on my period? Is that coming? Because sometimes you could even feel like that and you're not. So and when we have surges in our hormones, that's it. That's taking us from one set of circumstances or balance into a different set of circumstances. And we'll feel that like jolt in our chemistry that will cause us to react and be or feel a certain way. So anyway, something to think about as we get into these readings, you guys, and what the question is and what we're guided to do here is to get better insight on what we need to reflect upon, or what needs balance, or, where is that focus? What does that need to be on? Because that did occur to me, when it says, oh, we need to reflect. Don't worry about what others are doing. Think about, your space and what you're doing in your body and all of that. And that can be great generally, but it's like, okay, well, is there anything more pinpointed there? So those are the questions we aim to answer here today, my dears. And we are, hold on one second. Oh, what is up with you? You're just all over the place, child. I had pulled, did I leave? Oh no, here they are. Last night I had pulled a couple of cards from my Sacred Geometry deck and a couple of cards from my Crystal Medicine Oracle deck. The one that I showcased on my Instagram was the Shapeshifter card. So that's, I believe, my latest post, if I'm got that right. The other card that came up with it was Grounding and Anchoring. This is all about the need to stay grounded and anchored with Gaia. And we're gonna do a little grounding before we get into these readings. The other cards that I got yesterday was Divine Feminine and Transformation. So all these cards really, really awesome together. Divine Feminine, Transformation, Grounding with Gaia. We also have Divine Feminine. So to me, that's kind of coming up here twice. Shapeshifter talks about being able to shift your perception, to open up to ancient wisdoms and inner knowledge, connecting with your soul, releasing programmed or matrix programmed fears and all that stuff. And then of course Transformation here, showcasing the snake. And I had a dream. This remind me, I had a dream about snakes last night, and I love snakes. I had a snake as a pet for a really long time. And I'm fascinated with them. And they really represent transformation with the way that they shed their skin and how they, they're the symbol for for medicine and all that good stuff. So I'm going to take, where is my phone? I never even took a picture last night. And what did I do with my phone? Oh, it's over there. And my drinks are over here. I gotta admit, I stayed longer than I planned under my oak tree before I came on. It was just really hard to leave there. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see I posted a couple videos on my stories for being from being under my tree in the last hour. It was okay. You're gonna need to stop this. Come on, go, 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 go. Okay. So just to keep that in mind, you guys, what I just, shared with you about these energies that came through. I did get those 4 cards, but I was just guided to highlight the one in my Instagram, but I knew I was going to talk about them briefly here. Am I getting everything? Okay. So I'm going to start taking a list. Oh, so we have Willow and Karen for readings. And I believe, is that all so far? I feel like I'm missing. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not missing any comments. Maybe not. Okay. So as I mentioned, before we get started, I was guided to do a little grounding meditation. Nothing major, you guys. Just I definitely got the message that for a lot of us, especially if we've been working really intensely in Astral, doing this work with Gaia, with the weather and all of that, but just generally anyway, that just with the full moon and just a lot going on, that many of us could be, really focused up and not being so grounded. And staying grounded is how we keep our physical body in the best energy field as we possibly can, because we're connected with Gaia and we're anchored with Gaia, and she helps to regulate our energy from the ground up. And when we it's basically dropping your energy in and infusing with Gaia. Those of you who have done healings with me, my Evolve Now program and all that, your ability to stay grounded is so much more improved than not, or than before you did that. And you can tap in with that grounding and tapping with Gaia super easily. But we do need to, regardless of that, everybody needs to be consciously, intentionally should be spending at least a couple minutes every single day, preferably earlier in the day, to connect, ground, and anchor with Gaia. So you have that going through the rest of your day. So when other, energetic forces come in that are strong or uncomfortable or even toxic or whatever, that we're just firmer in our energy and our energy body. Okie dokie pokies. So real quick here, what we're going to do, if you could please center yourself, get into a comfortable position. Like I said, this isn't going to be a major thing. But nevertheless, even if it's just 5 minutes, it's important to get into position here. So I'm going to light some more of my sage. I got more sage. Looky, I got more sage. You're so funny. Willow says, I like to run through my little forest near my place to get grounded, but except at night, it's freaky. Yeah. Well, there's so many there's things you can do. Definitely running through a little forest, hugging or leaning up against a tree. Like, I feel like since I've been, have that new space underneath my oak tree, like I feel so much more grounded since I've been literally sitting under, like right there with my oak tree or laying there. I definitely feel that I've been grounding better. So using trees, using water, going on a walk, anything like that. And then there's also crystals that really help you ground with Gaia as well. You can do that too. Just the intention of grounding. You can be up 50 floors in a high rise and easily ground with Gaia. So that's not. Can I have my space back, please? No, apparently not. Apparently not. I know what I do. I give you the kisses because she hates kisses, and I rape her face with my face and my kisses, and this makes her go away. Of course, I come up with a hairy mouth, but it would make it that much more exciting getting chased by predators. Crushed a bunch of Sugnite, added to black paint, and made a base of a canvas. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. Yeah, don't mind me. That sounds amazing. I'm going to need to see a picture of that. That sounds really cool. Freaking cat. She sheds so much. Oh my God. Okay. It's her payback. All right, you guys. So she hates kisses. Like, I have cats that love kisses. And then I have a couple of cats, her specifically, not into them. She's so much better than she used to be. She's like 6 years old now, so she's kind of adapted to it, but I like to torture her with kisses. It's the little things. Okay, guys. So eyes closed, feet, if you can, you could either be seated cross-legged on the floor or just in a chair with your feet on the ground. I'm actually going to take off my boots. Oh gosh, I was wearing these earlier. Look at hot. And as I do this, I get hotter. So we've begun the stripping portion of the live. Officially. Okay, guys. So feet, body, however you're most comfortable. Eyes closed. Easy breathing through your nose, please. And a couple breaths just to regulate. You can have your hands in Namaste right at your heart chakra, or palms up on, in your lap or on each knee, whatever you're guided to do. I have the intention of connecting with Gaia. So let's just take a moment here and think of her waterways, creeks, rivers, mountains, snowy mountains, ice peaks, and all that good stuff, and how the water melts and goes down the mountains and the creeks, the rivers. So think about all of those places and eventually going into the seas and the oceans. And see the water moving over rocks and foliage and around trees. And there's moss or algae, the minerals from the rocks and all the good stuff. Just take yourself into the water like a fishy would be, like in a stream or a river, and just see that as you're going along and taking yourself through the land and connecting with the water. Gaia is coming in to say, just to help clear our fields, thinking of and connecting to water will help clear you so quickly So just have that intention of connecting with the element of water and all of Gaia's water, however it's coming to you. And to feel that within your own body, your own structure of your physical body, and how much water is in there. Hopefully a lot of water, clear water. So just think about the water in your body, the water in your blood, the water in your muscles, the water in your skin, the water in your eyeballs, in your third eye, in your thyroid, in your heart, the tissue of your lungs, nice and healthy, hydrated, in your digestive tract and system, going through everything just nice and clear. And then I would like to take you to a beautiful meadow. So start to bring that into focus. This is what I'm seeing from Gaia here. So kind of coming in from high, it seems like a birdie would be flying in, taking yourself to a meadow. It's beautiful, big trees, tall grass, wild flowers, birdies chirping, little insects and creatures all around. Just tap into this place. And then there in the center of the meadow, this is where I want you to take yourself and imagine starting off like a seed and growing and growing. Let's speed this up. Of course, trees take so long to grow, but we're going to speed this up and see this tree growing quickly and getting bigger and maturing, and those roots going down. And whatever tree you see, whatever tree you are, whatever and however this comes to you, just see this tree start to form and take shape as it starts to get bigger and bigger, stronger, thicker, beautiful, with its leaves and foliage and flower or fruit or whatever type of branches that are on this tree, and see those roots getting stronger and stronger, and see yourself in this tree. The trunk is your body. The roots come down from your legs and your feet and into the soil, to Gaia. And just feel the energy of Gaia holding on to your roots and bringing her energy to you to help you grow. And ground with Gaia, anchor in with Gaia. Deep breaths, really feel into your tree, be your tree, feel the air going through your branches and your leaves. Really dig your roots in, feel the big roots, the smaller roots, the whole root system, and then tap into how you and your tree are connected with Gaia and all of the other trees all around the meadow. Really tap into those souls as well. Just how all trees are connected. We're all connected through Gaia. And then send pulses of energy directly from your crown chakra, or even go higher. Your soul star chakra is right above your crown chakra, bringing in light and energy, taking it down directly from your crown chakra through your third eye, your throat chakra, your heart chakra, down to your solar plexus chakra, sacral chakra, and root chakra. From the root chakra, send that energy down your legs, through your roots, deep, deep, deep into Gaia, connecting with the abundance matrix, her crystalline grid. And really take note of how this feels and anything that comes to you at this time. I'm going to be quiet here for a minute as directed by Gaia, and just feel into this energy and be this tree and see and feel like the tree, and whatever comes to you starting now. Okay, loves, take note of anything that came to you, how this felt for you, reminding yourself of this tree and of this space here in the meadow. And that you can be here and be grounded at any time and build upon this space here. And you're encouraged to do so. And then slowly just start to walk yourself back into our space here, back in time, back to your body, feel into your arms and your legs. And you can literally take notes with pen, paper, or your phone, or whatever came to you. I guess firstly, what your tree was. If you want to share that, please allow that to take place, and you can do that. Oh my goodness. Got a not so nice message from somebody. Hopefully they're gone now. This person is very confused. Oh, it definitely was a tree. And that's not the only one. There was lots of them. But yeah. And yeah, like I said, there's lots of them. Whew. That made me warm. That made me real warm. Hopefully that felt really great for you guys. Your tree was like an avatar tree. Ooh, I love the avatar trees. The tree that flashed was a redwood in an open meadow. Beautiful. I saw a cherry blossom tree. Just flashed, and I was like, boom. There, I was there. It was the cherry blossom tree. Really awesome things started coming through there at the end. Wow, that was awesome. So hopefully you guys feel really great after that. That was a real quick one. I don't know how long it was. Maybe 10 minutes. I wasn't keeping track, but hopefully you felt that. You feel more grounded. I saw all sorts of cool stuff. Birdies making nests in my branches, and the fae coming all around it and being part of this interdimensional space, and wildflowers growing around, and people coming and having picnics under me and my tree. It was really beautiful. Really beautiful. Aw. Hi, kitty. Started coughing and you spit up. You didn't see a tree. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Are you okay now? Hope you're okay now. Robert says, the fact that I was able to see in my mind as a picture flash with vivid colors, very awesome, made me open my eyes the second I saw it. Getting better at this. Yeah, it's the more you use it, the stronger it gets. Okay, I'm glad you're better. I'm sorry that happened. Okay, Miss Demanding. She's so demanding. Okay. Can you guys hear? Okay, I'm going to clear these cards, and then we're going to get going. Maybe, Karen, when we're done here, whenever you want, you can rewind and try to do that again. know we're going to use that. And I know we're going to use this to start. These readings are going to be kind of whatever with tarot and oracle. Like before I did it, we're using 2 very specific decks. We're not doing that this time. So each reading might be a little bit different. Whatever, needs to come through, whatever decks I'm guided to for different people is the way it's going to go. I'm going to try to keep these to 15 or 20 minutes max, or shorter if I can, get everything shorter, get all the info shorter. Okay, good. She says she plans on doing that again. Okay, so I think still we have fantastic. Okay, I think still we just have Willow and then Karen on the list. If anybody else sent in a donation and wants a reading, please say so in the comments as we get going here. Willow, you ready for me? Willow, you are first, my dear. This cat is so hyper right now. Calling in your guides and guardians. Okay. Calling in your guides and guardians to bring us information, working with the full moon energies. We're still at like 91%. So the moon is still really full. Still have those energies coming through. Ready. Okay, cool. So we're going to get going here. First, we're going to get, I believe we're going to get some of this business here with the Moonology deck. Oh, that's interesting. Stowaway. With the Moonology deck here. And the question is, what do you need to reflect upon to help you get into greater awareness and balance? So what you want to bring into the world will happen into your life, all that good stuff. So let's get going here, Miss Willow. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Oh, that's interesting. That is really interesting. It's kind of a contradictory message right off the top here. I love contradictory messages. Let's see what else we get as I knock over all my little points here. It's time to take action. New moon in, excuse me, in Aries coming through first. I'm going to get another one here. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. We have 2 new moon cards for you, my dear. New moon in Aries, new moon in Pisces. Really interesting. So we have like 2, because we're coming into each of these readings with this card already. Because that's what, like, our starting point is this reflections. And with reflections, the message there was we need to meditate, to stop, to think, to reflect, to consider things without doing things. So your first card, it's time to take action. Your second card, meditate and contemplate. So it feels like that is like, well, I want to get some more here, but I'm getting a couple different things aside from my cat being really needy. Let's see. Funny, I just sent you a picture of my art. That means act, made with pyrite and carnelian. Oh my goodness. I love pyrite and carnelian. Oh, well, you don't want to, thank you, Robert. You don't want a reading on what you need to reflect upon because it's kind of baked in. It's just information on what to reflect upon. I'm feeling that it's so funny too, because right when before I read your comment there, Willow, I was thinking this feels art related or music related, because you need to act upon your inspiration, but you also need to be really, really reflective and meditate on what's incoming for you and how to create. So I think we're on the same wavelength here. Four of Swords, Nine of Cups. Look at that. Again, energy. So it's like, be still, be quiet, be internal, go inside of yourself for, healing and love and grounding. I love this card so much because it shows you her in this little like bird's nest, super connected and grounded with Gaia here. You see that heart, and that smile on her face. She's receiving. She's passive, but she's active also. And here with the Nine of Cups, there's a lot going on. What I'm picking up with this is there's a lot incoming. And the 9 is very specific here. This is like really intense energies for receiving divine inspiration, information, like almost like at times there's too much of that going on. We have the Strength card. Love this card. Another heart here for you. It's our Strength card. And in tarot, strength isn't about that brute force strength. It's about unconditional love strength and faith. I'm hearing faith in the process. And I'm kind of getting the sense it's like there's a lot of like floaty pieces going on. It's like, where does everything go? How does it all fit together? Because there's so many different things happening. And I think that's where this reflection comes into play. It's like, and you're a pretty organized person, like I'm seeing you have your different journals or things like this. But there's like something visual when it comes specifically to like incoming guidance or messages of like things to create. I don't know if you currently have something like this, or if, let me get some more here because, yeah, let me see. We have the Tower. So restructuring, a reconstruction, a restructuring of how you've been doing things. That's where we need to reflect upon where your energy is going, especially for things you create, your art. I'm not reading on purpose so I don't get distracted here real quick because I want to make sure I'm getting this. Yeah, like it's time to take action. Like this card with this card. It's time to take action, and the Tower feels very like new energy, restructuring of energy, taking action in a different way. So let's reflect on kind of how things have been. And I just keep hearing this restructure, not even organize. It's just kind of like how to put all these pieces together. I'm sorry if I'm kind of ambiguous right now. Let me check in here. Second time you saw the 8 card today. Oh, the strength card? Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's a great card to see multiple times. I love seeing this card multiple times. I'm really picking up on really tapping in with your higher self, divine guidance, inspiration, motivation. I feel like that's definitely gonna happen for you even more now. And as far as what you are to create, what's going on there with creating. Let me get one more here. And the 10 of Wands, Swords, Cups, the Strength, the Tower, and 10 of Wands. So definitely the 10 of Wands coming in right after the Tower. Definitely moving in a new direction. That's the 10 of Wands, packing it up, moving in a new direction, totally like leaving the past behind, knowing you have definite important things to do. I'm hearing letting the energies, like giving yourself some more time to transmute the energies of these last few months. That you need this downtime, you need this self-care time, you need this reflection time, you need to sort all this stuff out from that chunk of time. But also kind of like superimposed on that is like all this incoming to kind of like, it's like you're on a road and there's a road like on top of it and it's going to take over where you're going to go in this other direction. So it may feel in these last like week or two or next week or two that it's like that there's like layers of this stuff, like the old and transitioning out of that and kind of putting a bow on things, cutting cords, really clearing out energy. And at the same time as you're doing this, there's going to be incoming thing, like just inspiration flashes, like, oh, I'm going to paint that or make that or write that or whatever, and come kind of rapidly, because that's meant to really shift your energy into a new space. It's like with this Tower, it's really specific about that. And all of this is coming from a place of being really centered in faith and love and not resisting, not like really getting in. I'm hearing really getting into a place where it's like you already know everything happens for a reason, but we go through some certain things that are like hard to process or release. We have that, like, the whys of things, why, all that. So it's like, just there's a period of time that's like reminding you that from your human aspect perspective, it's limited, and we need to kind of let that expand out to kind of take over the energy, like your like higher awareness to kind of come in, let yourself it's kind of like this. It's like, see this, like there's like the two of them there together connecting. It's like, let these two energies come in and kind of help the physical. So use that energy of spirit to help your own energy of spirit to help you. Okay, cool. I definitely want to see. Where did you send? Just through Instagram? Probably. Okay, so and again, I'm seeing this like it's kind of big. It's kind of big. I don't know if you have this or you're gonna have it, but it's something like this size, like poster size. Of like art, I guess you could say like artist notes or like, you know, something where it's not in a book, it's not on a regular piece of paper, it's like up on a wall where you can like easily jot. I'm going to do this. I like this idea. It's like up on a wall where you can just go up to it and write whatever, like little notes, or if you get like a message channel to you or what, it's like this kind of, you can organize it with like, you know, this space is for, you know, maybe paintings you're going to do and just jot stuff down or whatever. It's like, it's interesting the way that I see it because it seems like there's like blocks that are like organized and then there's places where it's just kind of like scribbled in. It looks really, really, but it's not a whiteboard. It's actual like a piece of paper that you could like write on. But like this, but like the size of a whiteboard, something like that. Do you have anything like that? Because I keep seeing this. As something to work off of. You do, Robert? And what about Willow? You do. Okay. So you already have it. All right. So is it similar to what I'm describing? Does it work for you like that? Because they're like, this is I don't know if it's new or old or how long you've been using it, but they're acknowledging this for you. It's this paper, the side of it. Okay. How funny. Yeah, that's what I saw. It's paper and the size of a poster. So I'm definitely seeing that, and maybe maybe there's something that you've already put there, you're being directed back. Just go over it again and like reminding you that it's there to use it. More will come. You may need to get another one. Or put one on top of the other one or next to the other one or something like that. Cause it feels like there's going to be a lot more coming in, for you to be writing down. But I like this idea and I've kind of seen that for myself a couple of times. So I never actually did anything with it, but now I'm seeing it. And I like that idea a lot. Not like it's like a new idea to have something like that, but I'm just seeing it in a different way right now. And it looks really cool. Okay. And you're really, really good at writing stuff down and documenting and all of that. And so you're just being validated for that. And if anything, they're saying pick a couple of your books and just open up your books, your journals, and just pick up your books and just find a couple spots in them and read. And this will help with your reflection and help things. You're just going to be naturally, you'll pick the spots. So don't like look for a spot, just like pick it up just like you would with any other book and just kind of, and then just stop and read what those entries are. Do that a few times with your books. I have 100 sheets of massive poster paper. Oh, that's bitching. That's awesome. Yeah, so pull out another one of those. But anyway, do the thing with your that's the divine feminine. Do the thing with your shit. With your books. They keep calling them your books. I don't know if you call them your books, but they're calling them your books. And I have paper on clipboards with writings in the same kind of format you're explaining. Oh, how funny. Okay. So yeah, definitely picking up on that. And just to know, it's like you're validated in using that. You're going to be using them more. Maybe this time of reflection and action and all of this stuff is because those, like the way that because you are, God, I wish I was like you and so good at writing stuff down and I'm really not. I mean, I am in certain ways, but not in the traditional ways. I aim to get better at that. And you and I have talked about this before. I know it's not a shocker to you to hear me say that again, but I think what we're getting at here with all of this is that for you to spend like meditative contemplation, like reflection time, just gathering all this together and looking at kind of taking inventory from at this time of what those things are. And what's still, vital pieces of life energy that you're like, oh, this makes me excited to think about it, to get into it, to create it at some point, whatever it is. And what maybe not so much anymore. And then kind of make room. Because remember, this tower card is restructuring. So it's kind of like whenever I see tower card, it's like inventory of what's going on, what has happened, what needs to be transmuted out, what's coming in, and how to, make room for that, organize for that, kind of get my mindset for that. And then, have a new space because we have both of these cards, which I love so much. It's time to take action and meditate and contemplate. Both new moons and coming in on full moon energy with all of this. And from the very beginning, I felt like this was heavy with your creations. And I do feel like it's gonna like maybe more with paintings and that sort of thing. Maybe more so than or maybe this actually that your paintings are going to trigger musical creations. It's like this turns into that. And something about following that flow and like seeing that, you probably have already noticed that, but that's what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Astral school book things I've learned, how to spin energy, etc., how to build new skills for my dragon. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So we're on the same page here. I want to get a crystal medicine oracle card. Whoa. Okay. So we got two cards pop out here. First one is Initiation with Sacred Sight and Phenicite, card number 16. Sacred Sights. And then Ancestor Healing with Amber and Tree. Shocker. I love that DNA strand that's part of the tree. See that straight up the middle and that piece of amber. Wow, this really looks similar to the video I took earlier today. That's crazy. Okay, so let me see what I'm getting here. So interesting. I put these cards down. Initiation landing right underneath the 9 of Cups. And then Ancestor Healing and Tree coming in right underneath the Tower, which is also a tree in this deck. Well, yeah. Most towers and decks are actual towers. In this deck, it's a tree. Underneath the tree, we have the 9 of Cups right under initiations. So the first thing that I picked up with initiation was that there's, and you see all that light coming in, and that is Stonehenge. So there's definitely initiations that are like, and when I think initiation is like a rite of passage, a portal, a connection, and initiations always take place with ancestors. Every time I work with somebody in initiation or ritual type stuff, when it comes to like crossing thresholds or moving through portals or stargates or anything like that in really specific time frames, especially when it comes to specific connections or healing and or events, that these two always come out and are connected. Again, tree and ancestor healing with initiation, or ancestors with initiation, because whenever we go through those things, it is like you have to think about it like there is ritual taking place, like in, back in the day, where there'd be the whole group of everybody and fires and music or whatever's going on, initiations, whether it was, in all different ways that there could be initiations or rituals connected to initiations. And when I say rituals, it's like, like having a birthday party, if you're, considered a ritual. Rituals when you're intentional about, or initiations when you're intentional about marking a time or place, a period, an accomplishment or rite of passage. When you go from this age to this age, when you're ready from this to this, you've had this training, and now you've become, from apprentice to healer, whatever it may be. That kind of thing. So it feels like with all this stuff and initiation coming through, so this is like more of this energy coming through for you as you move forward, connecting with Gaia and ancestors, tapping in with that kind of always and forever ancient energy that we're always, that like we have to remember, we have to consider and remember we're our own ancestors. So it's not difficult for us to tap into those timelines and connections. It just takes intention. She's back. Good. Okay. So there is that. I want to get one more for you from the Hidden Worlds I'm hearing. And I know you know this deck well, my dear, since you're the one who told me about it. But that is where I'm being guided to go next. Please chime in with any questions or whatever for what we have so far. I'm going to do some fire for this. I'm also hearing that you're going to be guided to do some things that you haven't done before, energetically, cooperatively, possibly with others. Getting just deeper levels of stuff. Reaching new ground, I'm hearing, leveling up. Just getting to, there's just, we're just constantly like, it just never ends. So you're definitely in that space. Be patient, be open, and have faith. Be patient, be open, and have faith. Mostly it's be patient with yourself, your own processes, your own pace, the events of your life, the need to process, transmute, integrate, all that good stuff. One more. All righty, let's see what we got here, my dear. Resurrection. Oh, look at this. Card number 32, resurrection, comeback, rebirth, and renewal. Such a beautiful card. This whole deck is so beautiful. Love this. Love it, love it, love it. Let me grab my book. Writes that down next to break down, break open, break through. Good. Be patient, be open, have faith. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, card number 32. Let's see this card here. Okay. You are about to make a comeback after a difficult time. While you were struggling, friend, there were those in the hidden world who watched over you, even when it seemed that you must face all alone. Throughout the times when you felt most abandoned, the Watchers took the strands of your fate within their hands and began to weave together the broken threads and unraveled strands of your destiny. There may have been subtle moments where you noticed this work taking place, times when hope aligned upon you and you felt glad again to be here. Finally, now you have the strength to make the return to the life you have longed for. All has been prepared for you, and you have work to do in this lifetime, dear one. Good work, sacred work, loving work. It is time to begin again and feel the shimmering possibilities all about you. For there will be moments of serendipity and synchronicity where you will follow the intuitive prompts you receive from within and from those who have watched over you. The divine has watched over you and helped recreate you until now you are reborn within the same life, seeming to be the same person, but so very much more than you felt you were before. The soul contracts have been recreated. You have been freed, and there will now come a realization that the wholeness and the beauty you have so long searched for have been inside you all along. You need not die to be reborn in this lifetime, but we must let the things that kill the spirit fall away and give them no more energy. This now is your purpose, to preserve the beauty you have discovered, to keep the joy of the spirit alive. Oh, that is so awesome. Wow. Okay. An illumination. I am reborn. My old self is no more. I am changing into the me I am meant to be. By the way, on page 99, lots of couple nines here at least, I think. So definitely with this strength card, with the Tower card, with the 10 of Wands card, the initiation card, ancestor healing, resurrection card. This is all really telling you that if anything, your reflection, your focus is on this rebirth, this like what is here from our, the distant or the recent past that is still viable and still good for my life force, and what needs to go. Remember the Tower, the reconstruction, the getting rid of breaking apart things so you can move forward in a different way. Oh my, I love that. Yes, I love it too. So this is all coming to resurrection and reflection, kind of your bookended cards here. Reflection and resurrection. Those two really powerful together, aren't they? Reflect on what is, what was, and what will be. So in your resurrection, in your rebirth, in your new space, through initiations and integrations that are going to be taking place in these next few weeks, I'm hearing through the end of July through the beginning of August, definitely for the Lion's Gate. So like, you know, put your hat on and strap it on tight, because a lot is going to be incoming for you. I feel big time, big time. This energy here with that lightning, speaking of lightning and thunder earlier, it's like really kind of focusing on all this light here, and that being a really good thing, really good thing. Okay, my dear, I believe we are done here. Awesome energies here. I hope you're feeling all of this, that it is validating, empowering, and to give you motivation and advice. And if anything, with the advice is just to, again, go over what you already have documented within your books, with your paper, your poster paper, and whatever else. And just take time kind of doing inventory on all of that. You may want to take it all and put it in a pile and just set yourself up with some candles and music and incense and just dig into yourself. It's kind of like, get in there and see what all that is and feel into those energies, and then just ask for your guides to come in and really help you with organizing that, prioritizing that. Metatron, Merlin, Michael, Mother Gaia. Again, the 4 M's are the ones that are, you know, really coming through right now. So there you go, my dear. And as the book says, important work that needs to be done by you. Not surprised at all, obviously. So there you go. I love you. And I think it's just occurring to me, I don't think I sent you guys your pictures from your readings last time. I completely failed to do that. I apologize. Nobody said anything about it. I think everybody just kind of, well, there were only 2 cards. Wasn't a lot there. But I am going to take pictures of these cards right now. And if I do space on sending them to you, please remind me. I have a thing with that, with people having pictures of their readings. So they can look at the cards and just kind of, and you can always watch this back, of course, but some people are really into that. Some people are not. Okay. Put this here. I have to show you the smoky quartz that I got. It is the darkest smoky quartz I've ever seen in my life, and it's so freaking awesome. Oops. Try that again. Well, this was an awesome reading. So positive, so motivating, so loving. So happy to be able to bring you these messages. I'm inspired to have my own big piece of paper, if anything, and definitely to be better like Willow at documenting stuff, writing stuff down. She's so good at it. She's so good at it. Like, I've seen what she has, and it's impressive. It's impressive. If you could rub a little bit of that on me, it just hasn't. I have a hard time with that. I document through like my videos and my posts and my pictures, and it's just a whole different butterfly thing, I guess. Whole different butterfly thing with me. Okay, you guys, thank you so much, Willow. That was an awesome reading. Thank you for wanting to have that reading with me. I love reading for you. I love you. Please leave the replay up for this. Oh, definitely. Okay, and I believe we started right about the hour mark or somewhere close to that. So I didn't mark it down because, again, I'm bad at writing stuff down. Perfect example. Oh, and before we move on, check out this awesome smoky quartz I got. Look at that. That is a smoky quartz. Isn't that amazing? Gotta share this with you guys. And it really is a smoky quartz. If you have it up to really intense light, or the sun is nice and bright on it, you can see. Let me see if I can show you. See that? Oh, isn't that awesome? Such a cool crystal. Of course, got it at my neighborhood crystal shop. I was like, what is this? She goes, smoky quartz. And I'm like, don't look at me like that's like typical. I'm like, come on, lady. She's like, it's very dark. I'm like, shit. Yeah, it is. It's practically black. It's ridiculous. I was like, I have a thing for smoky quartz. I love smoky. Like, this is like more typically what smoky quartz looks like. That's a smoky quartz. This is a smoky quartz. This one's pretty dark too, but not, I mean, it's like, oh, it's so bitchin'. Love it. Okay, moving on, you guys. Ready? We are going to my dear Karen. Karen, you're next. And then again, Robert, did you still not want one? I don't have any. You should get me some with Amber. Definitely. Oh, you don't have any smoky quartz. You need smoky quartz is great. I love it because it's like the perfect blend of clear quartz, but with the smoky quartz, it adds that level of clearing negative energy and protection. So that, you know, the clear quartz is an amplifier, like the boss, the top dog boss of crystals is your crystal quartz, amplifying energies in every which way, good, positive, and your magic, your life force. Look at this point. Oh my God, it's so pretty. But smoky quartz has that as well as a real protective energy to it. So yeah, I'm always like, oh, Karen, I did crystal gathering for Karen and she got an amazing smoky quartz. Oh my God. I still have to post those pictures that I took of yours. Gosh, I need an assistant. I swear to God. I had a very vivid dream that I still remember. I do not doubt I would ever forget. While my time in the Marines back in 2004, we had a new captain after our first deployment in Iraq, which I feel. Oh, he's still writing. I have a huge smoky quartz. Yes, you do. You have lots of clear. I have lots of clear too. Lots of clear. Let's take a moment to say hello to one of my dragons. If you can see, he's a little difficult to see because he's so bright. But this is one of my dragon clear crystal quartz. If you can see, I'm kind of straight on. But isn't he gorgeous? I have to be careful with how I handle him because there's a couple spots on here. He's got all these like flower pieces from my flowers in there. But gosh, isn't he beautiful? One of my most beautiful I have a couple of dragon pieces. But yeah, I have definitely my number one crystal. Next to amethyst would be clear. Those two are clear, and amethyst I have the most of for sure. Just right here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 amethysts. From points to spheres to to the geodes, all this good stuff. Yeah, definitely amethyst is the number one. Then clear, I think, for sure. Which I thought was a practice run. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I have sugar. I know you do. She says, I have Sugnite coming out of my wazoo. You do. I was talking to somebody about the Sugnite the other day, and I said, I know a person who has it everywhere. She has so much everywhere. And I have like 3 or 4 pieces. One that's like always in my water, you see? Always in my water. It is an awesome crystal. I do love Sugnite. It's awesome. Okay. You do. Yeah, she wants me to get her more Sugnite. Okay, my dear Karen. And love and energy to your, what was his name? Douglas Zemblick? Douglas A. Zembeck? I can't say that. That is an interesting. We're going to start with the moon again. I'm being guided to the moon oracle. So Karen, you ready, my dear? Your first card is reflections. Remember, we're starting from that point of reflections. And what you need, the question here, what you need to reflect upon or bring into your awareness as we go through this time right now, these energies for the full moon energies and beyond. Sweet. We'll see what we get here. Can you guys hear that music? I'm just curious. I have it on a chill hop music station on my computer, and I never took it off. I'm just curious if you guys can hear it. I'll clear these two. Well, I want to thank you guys, the usual crew. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know why we don't get more people. People are just scared of the realness around here, apparently. Whatever. Okay, so let's get it going, my dear. We're starting here at 144.11. Oh, what numbers? 144. That's hilarious. Yeah, kind of. Just get pretty real up in here. But we have fun. It's real fun. It's real fun. All right, calling in your guides and guardians, Miss Karen. Just open up yourself to these incoming messages. You heard that? Huh, interesting. I haven't changed it. It is playing. So, question for Karen. What do you need to reflect upon? What do you need to contemplate and reflect on, to think about, prioritize with your energy, with yourself? Okay, let's do it. Well, what do you need to release is your first card. The waning moon. This is where, well, we're in the waning moon now. It's not that far gone, but we are in the waning moon. What do you need to release? Do you know? Do you know what that is that you need to release? Let's get more. Feeling this is a family thing. Something going on with family. Meditate and contemplate again. You guys get the same cards every time. What's up with this? What's up with this? Meditate and contemplate. What? Okay. Well, okay. Don't be mad. But what I'm hearing here is that for you, my dear, is they're saying you haven't been meditating like you did with us the other day, and you spent like quiet time, but you're like that's kind of gone down, or even you are like, I need to meditate more, something to this effect. Eating junk food, I need to release. That is hilarious. I'm going to read your comments in a minute here, Robert. Feel free to type, but I don't want to get distracted. That's hilarious. So I'm hearing something here with connected, yeah. Meditate and contemplate though, but they're saying that you're not like you're thinking about it. And you're doing things that are definitely like meditative, I guess, but regardless, they're saying there needs to be more time spent in meditation. A routine would be good, and this would also help you with that junk food. They're saying this would also help you with your they're calling it your comfort food. I mean, we think of comfort food in a different way, but they're calling it your comfort food, whatever you're junking on. I'm feeling like it's like snacky type stuff, like candy, chips. Is it that sort of thing? So I don't see you like eating fast food. Yeah, they're like, she knows this. Like, she's been thinking about it. She knows she needs to meditate more. It's just there's some kind of like resistance there with this. So yeah. So that's definitely a thing here. I'm hearing to get one more here. I save, what is that? I leave the chips and popcorn alone. That's hilarious. Well, it's also portions. So I haven't done popcorn in a while, but I do love popcorn, but I am a freaky chip person. I love potato chips and tortilla chips. But I guess what they're saying is they're showing me you with a bag, like a bag of Doritos. Is that what you like? Do you like Doritos? if I got that, somebody send me a bonus, because I'm seeing like a bag of Doritos. Yeah, I've been eating the whole bag lately. Yep. They're showing me with the whole bag, like your portion control is more the issue than what you're actually eating. Because it's like we're not meant to deprive ourselves of food, and whether it's nutritional food or fun food. I call it fun food. Fun, snacky, yum, are the goodies or whatever. I'm all about it myself. I have chips, I have candy, I have gummies, I have like cookies at times. Like, I am not like, I never want to, have anybody think that I don't indulge in any of that or all of that good stuff. But it's about like the portions of what you're doing. So like you can sit with an open bag and just rip right through it in, 20 minutes or whatever. So what they're saying is to get more, disciplined with, I'm going to have some Doritos and open up the bag and like put a couple handfuls in a bowl, put away your Doritos, and then eat from that bowl. So you can still have your Doritos, but not the whole bag of Doritos, because there's too much of that in the system, that will lower your vibration and will make you tired. And if you apply that by different things, then it becomes a problem. If you're doing things in small portions because you feel like it, you crave it, it sounds good, and you like that kind of thing, that's fine. It's just the portions of it that's the problem, and the overall and heavy energy with that. And too much junk food will definitely lower your vibration. It's not, live food. It's not organic food. It's not high vibrational food. And it will make things more foggy, not so clear. It will make you more irritable and all that stuff you know about. So, right. That is so funny. Yep. I saw you there with the Doritos. Yeah. And they're just like, she's just all like, you just like hold it like a baby. It's all right, baby. That's hilarious. So you got to put down the baby. You just get a little bit of those chips. They're not saying stop the chips. They're saying just portion control it out. So you're not like, damn, I just ate a bag of chips. Because then they're telling me you get down on yourself. So it's a double negative because you're not like, chips. I just polished off that bag of chips and you're all proud of yourself. You're like down on yourself about it. Is this right? Do you get down on yourself? Like you start beating yourself up for just plowing through a whole bag of chips? That is probably even worse than the bag of chips because you're like adding this heaviness to the chips. So you can eliminate both of those situations just by, from the start. Don't put yourself in that position. Take out just a couple of handfuls. That's what I do. I'll just do handfuls of my chips. And that's it. That's all I need. I don't need the whole bag. I don't need a half a bag. I just take a bowl. I portion some out. I put the rest away. And I just, when I'm done with what I have, I'm done with what I have. I only move on to my vegan gummies. It's like you can have a little bit more of a variety if you have less of each thing. Hey, Kevin. Oh, RB, thank you. I'm like, what the hell did I just do? Where did that big bag go? Yeah, that's what they're saying. That you just, and then you're like you were in a trance kind of thing. So just, whoa. So just, don't beat yourself up. This card says you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Yeah. Don't take yourself down for, having a mo session with your Doritos. And aside from that, I'm kind of hearing like focusing on what you're not doing versus what you are doing, or what you haven't done yet, or what hasn't progressed yet versus what has. If you've been in that mode, that's something to think about here. And there again, now I'm being boomeranged. Now we're done with the food talk, being boomeranged back to like family stuff. And what I'm feeling with this here, you are good enough that it's kind of more about feeling that you can't fully express yourself to people in your family, and that maybe has always been that way, but maybe recently it's becoming more apparent or more of a burden or heavy. Is any of this ringing a bell? It's so hard to find vegan girls. That's interesting. I just had some Doritos. I haven't had Doritos in probably years. Not that I don't like them, it's just not a go-to of mine. What's up? Where the hell that bag go? It's in my stomach. That's hilarious. So yeah, any of this ringing a bell, Karen, about family? There's just something with this here. Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. I'm not sure what this is about then. Let me get some cards and see, because for some reason that keeps... I don't know if it's a problem talking. I don't know if that's the right way to put it. Not like you have a problem talking. Like there isn't a problem talking to them, but you... Like you don't talk about a lot of your stuff. Is it more like that? Or you keep it really superficial and light? There's definitely something there. I'm not going to let it go. I'm sorry. I think you're interpreting what I'm saying differently. I'm not saying there's a problem when you talk to either any of them, you get together, all of you, or however that's done. But it's like you more listen to their stuff. You give them advice. But you don't share of yourself, what's going on with you, what's in your, like that sort of thing. Like there's like you hold whatever, for whatever reason, you don't go there with them. You hold back. Like that's that sort of thing. Is that a thing? Yes. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I was using weights. Okay. Okay. Does that ever frustrate you? Is it ever, you ever like when you're done or you go home or you get off the phone, or you ever just like, all right, well, once again, it's like, but that's also, it's just kind of the way things are done. They don't expect you to, you don't go there exactly. I'll listen to them, but I have been holding back your own stuff. Okay. That's what, yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Let's see what cards just popped out. The 8 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. Well, look at this card. There's like, I really love this card because it really shows really two things going on here. And depending on the reading really depends on what comes through for me and what I'm seeing here. But you see how she's all tied up and you see all those birds around her. Like this would be you and your siblings. Like two different realities. You and your siblings. So this is like the perfect card to illustrate. It's like you holding back. Like they're all around you, but you're holding back. You don't feel comfortable expressing. There's like it's like an emptiness there. It's like everybody else is filling up thing with their stuff. But because your stuff is so different, it's like, I can't contribute to this and nobody's gonna, or maybe not, I don't know if that's an exaggeration, nobody's gonna be there, support or understand or whatever, but it feels like there's this like I just don't go there. It's uncomfortable. I don't feel safe, like that, maybe that sort of thing. So, and then 2 of Wands. There is ever a card for reflection and contemplation. This definitely is the one in this deck anyway. The 2 of Wands. So you spend a lot. So instead of talking to other people about what's going on, like your siblings do, you do it by yourself. Like there isn't a person that you feel like in the family or otherwise that you're like, oh, I can just, well, maybe me, you and I talk a decent amount, but other than that, it's like I work this shit out on my own. Like if I talk to people, I talk to spirit, and that's where, you know, that's at. Okay, let's get some more here. Seven of Pentacles. I love this card. Let me get more. I feel like a story or something is forming here. Remember, the question is what to reflect upon, what to think about, what to process before going forward. 3 of Pentacles. That's how I have been feeling. I have a lot of deep stuff going on with me, and I feel like I can't share. Exactly. See? There. I knew it. That's what came out, was like there's something there. And what was the question in the beginning? What do you need to release? So there's all of this like in you. Where the fuck is it going, lady? And they're saying nowhere. They're saying it's not going anywhere. It's just there. And this is becoming a heavy thing for you. Kind of having this effect of kind of feeling like you do to talk to spirit, but also feeling like disconnected in a way. Oh my goodness, seriously. One moment, please. Okay. That's annoying. Dude, what is happening all of a sudden? Like, well, we just have a lot of like people have nothing better to do here than to it's like, did a bus just come? Did somebody just get off a bus here? Wow. So it's literally just bear with me, guys. Literally don't. What in the hell? Do we have nothing better to do, literally? I can't. Good Lord. Okay. Just have to do some trash cleanup here, you guys. Thanks for bearing with me. If you guys think you're going to come here and just do all this crazy shit and not be banned, I just... Yeah, wow, I was right. Seriously. Like, gotta get back to having a moderator, I guess. Okay. You guys, I literally can't keep up with this shit that's coming. So I am, I can't just spend this whole time here dealing with these people. So just going to let it go. Try to ignore the nastiness. I've removed a bunch. It just keeps coming. I guess apparently people have nothing better to do. I'm sorry, Karen. Okay. I'm done for now. Back to tarot. So we got 8 of Swords, 2 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. I'm really liking where these cards are going, by the way. Let's see here. Nice. Nice. Okay. Then we got Queen of Wands. Clear, clear, clear. Yeah. And the 2 of Cups. Right after this 3 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is like we were talking about this like feeling alone and being kind of tied up, not being able to really express yourself, have that relationship with people that you can really feel you're open with, and then it's all like internalized. But I remember in our last the last reading that I did for you, we talked about being open to others coming in. And what I'm seeing here with the 7 of Pentacles is that you've actually been thinking about that. You've been I'm hearing through bite. They're just joking with you. Your guides are very funny. They're like, through bites of Doritos, you're like, yep, I'd like to have, like, you're thinking of what we talked about last time, which was having people, being connected to people, having that sort of thing going on. And ridiculous. So I think that what we're getting here is your intention. Like, you're starting to open up to this more, like this energy of bringing in, allowing others to come in, that you're like opening up to that more. Because I think you're like, I think you're really understanding that your readiness has a lot to do with that they're just not gonna like magically appear and then you're gonna be like, oh cool, I'll go with this. So you have to be the one that's like cultivating this energy for yourself, that's allowing for this to this person or people to come in. So if you've been thinking on that, you're being validated for it, actually. And the next card is the 3 of Pentacles. So this shows you a group of people together, and this is what will be like alchemized, or what's the word, materialized for you. So tell me, has there been that going on for you? You spending time in that mind space, and try to ignore all this obnoxiousness going on here. My God, seriously. Okay, cool. I'm like the one person I want to hear from. Okay, so you're being validated on that you're spending this time. You are okay, that's a great idea. Thank you so much, honey. You should be a moderator now. I just did that. Yeah. Thank you. I haven't had this problem. Gosh, it's been a long time. Okay, so you're being validated for that you're spending time, like, at least thinking about it, at least being like, okay, I've got to be open to this. Am I like how, really thinking about, like we talked about with my own, like what I want to bring in to, to have around me and like really thinking about it. And that's what I'm seeing with you is that, yes, thank you again, Willow. You're spending time like taking that to heart and really thinking about it, and that is going to come for you. This would be like you with the other people and like working together, building something. You see this? Three of Pentacles is always like a coming together of souls for a greater purpose. And then your Queen of Wands, look at this energy. It's so beautiful. It's so positive and empowering and connected. And they're saying this is literally you and the power that you have to work with your energy with magic, and you're putting so much energy into yourself. And really thinking about it. I'm hearing you're really thinking about it. And look at this last card, Two of Cups. Real intermingling, coming together. And this could represent, or what this represents, or what I'm feeling with this is just a really like soul connection, deep friendship, real support, this sort of thing. But I'm also hearing that there needs to be more balance in your output versus your input. Like there's a lot of energy going out to these various people. And where's the energy coming in? And they're showing me like it's really out of balance. And so the way to fix this, if you will, to way to get things back into a better balance for yourself, when I say your output versus your input, you paying attention and taking in the energy and being there for others and listening to others and offering advice and support and love and all that good stuff. There's a lot out. And what is it coming in is the question here. Have been thinking about that for a lot. Okay. So, now to balance this out, back to what do you need to release with this card here is the amount of output that you're doing. And I think that they're saying like you feel a loyalty, an obligation to listen to, support, give advice to, that like if not you, who else, this kind of thing. That there's, and not maybe only your family, but there's could be maybe somebody else or other people that kind of take that for granted, kind of for lack of a better word, and to keep things really simple. But don't take it. It's not like it's meant to be like that. Like it's malicious, but it's like using your energy without any real reciprocation to that energy, the balancing to that. So we have is take, and where's the give? This sort of thing. Yes, I agree. I'm out of balance. I've been neglecting myself. Yeah. So this is not going to be an easy one, honey, because what this is about is you kind of creating more boundaries, not putting so much output into your time, energy, effort with others, and that limit the amount of time that somebody's unloading on you, that you have your own things that you do need to meditate, you do need to get out in nature more, you do need to put yourself in positions where you will meet other people, first energetically, and through you deciding that that's what you're going to do, it's what you want to bring into your life, that you're open for that, and then working with that energy moving forward. So what they're really saying is the reflections, right? We started with reflections. The reflections is about really kind of stripping away all of this stuff. It just is this way and has to be this way. And I kind of fit myself into these spaces, and it's like kind of saying no, we need to kind of clear that out and have you see things in a very different way. And it doesn't matter if it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your daughter, your son, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your niece, your nephew, whomever it is that is taking, there needs to be a rebalancing there. And the only person that's going to come from is you. You're the one who kind of sets the menu up for what other people are going to consume from your energy. You say what is allowed by allowing whatever that it is, right? So when it comes to this structuring of this dynamic with the people in your life, it is very out of balance. You do spend a lot more time thinking and being with or listening to and whatever with these other people. And I'm not saying that they don't appreciate that or they don't love you. They do. But the relationships kind of across the board, I'm seeing are totally out of balance. And again, you're the one who's going to have to deal with that restructuring and putting it back into balance. You have the power to do that. You see here, she's the one who's saying, look, I'm going to make it the way I want to make it, the way what's good for me. And on top of that, when people start to go, you go, gotta go, I can't spend too much time. I've got a 15-minute timer on this call, or I can't go and do that thing with you. I'm going to go on a walk. I'm going to meditate. I'm doing this thing online with Infinity or whatever it is. And on top of, or just saying I'm busy is actually sharing what you're doing. I'm going to go meditate. I'm going on a walk. I'm going to attend this event. I'm going to this, whatever, to not hold back so much of what you're doing in your life. You know what I mean? Because you're like, oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, I've been busy. Oh, I'm taking, whatever, making it ambiguous and not detailed or anything, because you're taking care of other people and them being comfortable about what you may talk about, because you don't want their judgment or ridicule. Remember, we talked about this last time too in the live, was to be able to heal from and to express ourselves, right? It was about expression. To express ourselves, we need to be true to ourselves and be real about who and what we are and what we're doing and our time and everything. And what the trickiest part of Ascension is to manage our boundaries, balance out our energies, who's taking, who's giving, how real we are with anybody in any given moment or situation, for the greatest good of our experience, to live through the highest possible expression of ourselves, means to be able to express ourselves. We can't be like, oh, I want to be this, great expression of my soul and live my journey and my mission, yada, yada, yada. And at the same time, be suppressing that all the time, because those two things won't run in the same won't run from the same battery, if you will, that sort of thing. So there's a couple of very specific things here for you. Talking about what it is you need to release means what do you need to kind of stop doing? What do you need to restructure? What do you need to start doing? How is this out of balance? How do we get it into balance? You're the only one who can create this new paradigm for yourself and the people in your life so it suits you. So it's not, withdraw. Where are the deposits? And you're the one that's in control of what happens here. So that really needs to be a take charge moment for you. But know that you're coming into this space here where the more you balance out these energies for the people you already have in your life, you're going to create a channel or a road for people to come in that are the people that, are the ones that you can really talk to and get deep with, and going to have that magic that you can just, you're not going to feel like this is somebody not holding back. This is somebody fully in their power and working with their energy, with creativity, with expression. This is a fire card. So really working with that passion, that expression, that to be ignited to create in that way. And then a coming together, not only coming together with others, but a coming together with yourself. I always see this multi-layered. It's like the bowls, as above, so is below. This is your hand and your soul's hand, your hand and other people's hands. It's like multi-layered here with this energy. But Two of Cups is about love. It's about connection. It's about unity. It's about empowerment and strength and unconditional love and support and all that kind of good stuff. So this is overall very validating to you, to what you've been dealing with. And at first you're like, nope, things are cool with the, everybody. And it's like, well, things are status quo, but they're not in balance. You're not happy. If you had to wave that magic wand and have it be a certain way, it wouldn't be what it is today with these relationships. You would want it to be more balanced. You would like to feel open and talking about what's going on between your ears and in your heart and in your world, but you feel like there is just no room for that. And maybe there isn't. Maybe that's you holding back. Maybe this is maybe everybody is a little different with whom you have in your life, but nevertheless, it's all like this energy really is orchestrated by you. So it's really important for you to take inventory of that and start to make the necessary changes and adjustments so it can get back into balance, because literally they're showing me like you don't have a whole lot left to really dedicate to yourself. And it really is time. The second half of 2021 really is a time for, if you want to call it being selfish, call it being selfish, but it's like me time. What do I need to do? Like, look at the last 6 months, 6.5 months. How, just that, don't go beyond that. Just that. How is that all been? And then how are we going to move forward in a different way, going like into the new or the second half of 21? Okay, my dear, I hope that helps. I'm going to get an oracle card for you here. I think I'm going for the Hidden Worlds again. So here we go. And thanks again for you guys, our little pausing the action through this with all this insanity coming through. It's like a bus got let off. I love the art on these cards. Thank you so much for this read. The read was so much of what's going on with me. I'll start now. Aw, I'm so glad. Let's get one last card here with the whatchamacallit, the Hidden Worlds. And then I guess we're done after you, my dear. Because I guess is Robert still here? Robert, did you not want to read? Thank you for the donation anyway. Thanks again to Willow for moderating. I really appreciate that. It was just insane. Wowza. Okay, let's tap in with the hidden world and see what you're going to get here, my dear, to help you out with this transition. You're really being empowered to take charge, get out of this energy, and get into this energy. Oh. You got 2 cards here, or 2 fell out. The leap, but the card on top, card 41, yeah, 41. Definitely feeling this one here. It's also tied in with when we started for you here. The Seer, future prospects, decisions to make, seeking guidance. So let me grab the book for number 41, the Seer. Okay. Once we sought to understand what would come to us next in our lives, we turned to the seers and the wise ones who knew the uses of the sacred tools, who gazed into their depths and saw patterns emerge that would apply to our lives. Now we are most often our own seer, or we entrust ourselves to the reader. Hello. Or the friend, or to the counselor who understands our psyches. But with this card, you are asked to trust that there is a cosmic seer, a seer of the hidden worlds who is gazing into her crystal orb for you. Trust that she sees what will come and will whisper to you through dreams and signs the unfolding of the future to come. She will murmur to you in moments of peace, strange words, so you can create what must be done in the present, so the future can be what it is for you. Some of what is to come to us is written. It is part of the structure of our soul that certain events or people and possibilities will link with us and intertwine with our days. But there are other events that we create and we choose, and this is where she can help you. She asks you now to look deeply, to make choices that are in your own best interests, to unravel some of the distance between yourself and spirit that has developed. Take up the precious tools once again. Make a moment to see clearly and know that the Ancient One, the Seer, is with you to help guide you into a future that is bright with prospects, rich with meanings. Give thanks for what is yet to come. And as the mystery shows herself, be ready. And illumination. I see my future clearly and create it consciously with every choice I make in the present. Oh my goodness. This card right now is just too much of what we just got done talking about. But this is coming, this card and this energy with the Seer is definitely, talking about like you have choices to make. Things are going to be coming to you to help guide you into the future of where you want to be, like we talked about already, where to spend your energy, where to shift and change. It's not about abandoning anybody. It's about being there for yourself and restructuring your life, your commitment, your like perceived commitments, and everything else that is attached to that in a new way and shifting things. And you will get guidance once and just deciding, I want guidance in this. I want support in this. I want advice and I want understanding and clarity in this. How do I go about shifting this business that's out of balance and putting like more chips on your side of the table kind of thing, your own energy for you, and you'll be guided in ways to do that. You'll be empowered to say and to do and to be more clear, to have those boundaries, etc., etc. Yeah, awesome. So the Seer, my dear, the Seer. So just think on that energy and just real quick, the leap. Let me show you the leap, and I'm just gonna kind of paraphrase because I've seen the leap a few times since I've gotten this deck a couple of year and a half ago, however long it's been since I got this deck. And this is really just about faith in moving forward, faith in taking these leaps that maybe before you wouldn't have felt comfortable with, knowing that you're supported, standing up for yourself, that sort of thing. Really feeling, see this light coming in to her as she leaps, knowing that that light is always coming to you. And as you leap into a new paradigm, you have that light to support you and to carry you into the next phase of your life. And that's what's meant to happen. Like you've been like, okay, kind of over it. Like I am over it. Like, let's have something new. Let's things in your life that of course that you're happy with and but it's like kind of done with the way things are and I just don't know how to change it. Something's gonna come in and change it. Like you've been asking all these questions about this stuff and it's just boomeranging back to you. They're saying you're right, you're validated, this does need to change. It isn't in balance. You're not you if you do feel out of whack, there's a good reason why. There's been too much output, not enough input, not enough balance. You just have to kind of sort it all out for yourself so you can see it from this point of view. Because like I said from the very beginning, you're like, nope, things are cool. Like because you've decided things are cool, but they're not. You're just making yourself fit into that, even though it's not the way you would want it. So you have to make it the way you need it to be. If it's not going to be, what it is, how you would ultimately want it, because they are they and you are you, that's fine. But it can be so much better and in balance. Oh, well, so right. Okay. Bye. So anyway, there you go. I don't know. I could have missed something he wrote because of all the craziness, but okay. Alrighty. So I am going to take a picture here for you. Hopefully this has helped you, my dear. Take a picture here. You got a lot of cards. And again, if I space on sending these, please just remind me and I will. Okay. Alrighty. You're very welcome. Again, sorry for all that chaos during your reading. Totally threw me off and distracted me, but that was insane. It was like a group of crazy people all at the same time just dumped into my live here. Never quite experienced that before. So anyway, I guess you guys, we did our readings. Guess we're done here. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your energy. Thank you again to Willow for jumping in to moderate there at the end. I appreciate it. Thank you for getting a reading, Willow. And that was really cool and fun. Same thing for you, Karen. And you're welcome. Thanks to Robert for being here and everybody else who wasn't a crazy psychopath motherfucker who came in to ruin my life. I appreciate you always. And for the record, yeah. Seriously, this shit. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your evening, and look out for another live meditation coming soon. Aside from the Lionsgate, I thought I was going to last week be putting out that information. That didn't come, but it's definitely coming in the next day or so, because the 8th, the Lionsgate is approaching. We will have an event. It will not be on YouTube. It will be a private Zoom event for people in attendance. So I'm super excited about that. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much. I love you, love you, love you. You guys are the best. Take care. Infinite love and blessings. Bye for now, guys. Love to you too. Bye. Oops, wrong button.